Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're going to work on the sailor hat that I recently shown you, and a couple of people said that they wanted to see how to make that. So we're going to do that. It's very simple. You can zhuzh it up as much as you want or as little as you want. Now, I'm going to show this here in a few more videos. It is a policy closure, and I don't know what she called it. I saw it, Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, do it ages ago, and I have a little flap that holds it shut, and then you open it up. It's like a quatrefold or whatever you want to call it, but you can write in here all over the place. You can even write on the back if you wanted to, especially in this area that's not seen at all. And then you just kind of close it back up and then put this down, and this is a tea bag string. That's why it looks kind of odd. But and I took a couple of my Diamante brads and put in there. So I'm going to show that to you. It'll tuck in a pocket. It's very skinny. It bows out at the bottom just a little bit just because it's not glued. But you don't want to glue it, otherwise it won't open. All right, we're going to set that to the side, and we'll get to that soon. Now, I took this piece out of my ephemera pack from Hobby Lobby. It was Paper Studio pad. And I believe the size that I showed you before was a 7 by 7.5. So we're going to go, oh, I got this upside down. Get it right, Rhoda, get it right. All right, so we're going to go in here. I got to pull this out because I got to see where the 7.5 is. And we have, it's right there. So I need to put this in backwards and put it at the 7.5 point. Then I'm going to, I'm going to be losing some pretty little butterflies. So I think I'm going to go up to 8.5. And we'll see how it turns out. How about that? So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down, and I won't be losing much of anything. That little piece can go in some journal that has to do with Paris. And we have a crown down here. I'm not really caring about that. And we have all of these little butterflies. So this was 8.5, I believe it was. So we're going to make it probably 8. And it will be, similar to the dimensions of the other one. It'll just be a little longer. All right, and I got a crown for something as well, and a butterfly. So I got all these pieces that I can use for something else. And we're also going to do one that's going to be for the 2,000 subscriber journal. It'll be patriotic related. All right, so actually I do need to go ahead and cut one of those out, because I think I'm going to use one of these white pieces to go on here as well. All right, so we're going to do 8.5 by 8. This is sort of a white, creamy, grayish kind of colored piece. I'm not really sure what you would call it. Now that was the 8.5. Okay, by 8. Now this will fit in a normal journal, especially one. Oh, this is one of the pieces I need. Especially one that has, your regular type of copy paper, the 8.5 by 11 folded in half. This will be the perfect size for it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is 3.25. 3.5. Sorry. I'm going to cut that at 3.5. And that's going to act as my little center for the focal. All right. Now, oh, yeah, getting ahead of myself. I need to score now, too. All right, so we're going to put it this way, and because this is the 8 side. And what I want to do is, I think it needs to be, all my measurements were for the other size. So. Okay, so this is 8. I'm going to go ahead and do a little score at the 4-inch mark to kind of know where this needs to come down. And more than likely, I'm going to be scoring it right there, I think. Okay, let me... No, how am I supposed to do this? Okay, this way. Oh, when you don't have a scoreboard, it's the size that you usually need it. All right, so it's going to be scored at 4 inches. And I'm going to have it hanging over, the point will be hanging over to the left. This will be on the right side of the page, folded over. And then what we do need to do is to give it a score here to fold under. We don't quite need it that big because that's like 4.5. That's almost the whole side of your page. So we're going to do a score right there, giving it a 1/2 inch piece. All right. So if you was to cut this out yourself, we're going to go over the measurements again, just so you know. It's 8 inches tall. Then it's 8.5 inches wide. Your first score is coming in from the right side is 1/2 inch. The next one is at 4.5. And then this part over here is what's going to get folded to be the point. So I'm going to make it easy on myself. The reason I made this little mark right in the middle at 4 inches was I'm going to lay this on here. If I can see that. I can't see it. So I'm going to mark it right there. Okay. So I'm going to lay that little mark right there. Or right here. So I can score. And the other one's going to go right up here to where we actually scored it to fold in half. So then I'm going to just do right like that. And it's going to make it so much easier to fold it. I don't have to struggle. This paper is a little bit stronger, a little thicker than a normal copy paper is. So that's why. Okay, yeah, that's about right. That's why I wanted to score it to help myself. And then I'm going to be losing that butterfly all the way. Man. And the bird. Oh, well, it might be worth our while just to cut those off, and then we can use them. How about that? Let's do that. Just cut them off. I mean, I got almost the whole butterfly. There we go. I can use that somewhere else. And this one. I'm changing course right and left, aren't I? Alright, so those pieces can be used for somewhere. And let me get this out of the way. I've been working on a new cover for a new journal. I was watching this one lady, so I think it's done roughed up my my cutting blade, as you can see. But she was showing a new or journal that she had that she was adding things to, kind of like I was doing with my subway journal. So anyhow, I must have dulled that blade to where I need to get a new one because it's leaving too much behind. Well, of all those butterflies, I don't have many left, do I? Alright, so what we want to do is fold this in half like this, and then you're going to fold this under as well. And then you're going to glue this. Now, if we would have left those two triangles here, you were going to fold them under and glue them anyhow. That's exactly what you would have done. When you have softer paper, like, you know, copy paper, that's probably the thing you want to do. Now, you can do a decorative edge over here or something, which is kind of what we're going to do with my paper that's over there. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, at least to get this part taken care of. And I think this piece may go into my subway journal. I've been trying to get that, you know, finished. I've got 2 pages to make. I'm going to put this on one page. And then I've been working off camera. I know. I just kind of, I had too many journals on my plate. I needed to get them done. All right, as you can see, it's just like this. And we're going to take and part of this is going to be on this. This is a little bit bigger than I wanted it to be. So, how wide does that need to be? I just wanted a diamond to meet, go from one corner there to another. So wherever that is, that's what we need it to be. So we're just going to draw that in with our, I don't know if I'm straight. I guess I could line it up, right? I really want to thank everyone for coming over to visit with me and seeing what I got to show you today. I've got, I don't know if I got a case of burnout or just too much was on my plate, or I'm just tired. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So I'm trying to keep up with business, you know, trying to keep up. All right, so I'm going to cut this like this, and we're going to see if this will work for me. Of course, these little pieces can be used to stamp words or something on, so I'm going to kind of just set them to the side. We may use those. Who knows? All right. So this is sort of what I wanted. Now that could be inked around the outside. I've got some vintage photo right here, which it has warm tones all into this, so that will be perfect. And let's see. Also, I had thought to do a little piece of this on there, but you know, tell you the truth. Okay, I think what we'll do is cut this little bit off. And I need to cut that square. So how big is that? Oh, just about 2 inches. So let's go. It's actually a little bit over 2 inches. So I'll go over just a little bit, just like that. And we'll cut that off. And I'm going to put that in the center. I think that's what I wanted in the center. I'm not sure. Is that what I want there? I think I also cut this out, but that's blue. Would that go here? I got all kinds of little pieces and parts over here to put on it, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to go with. This has little, I don't know, cooking equipment or something on it. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and go with that. And maybe that. Just something along those lines. So let me go ahead and glue this down. This was from Sweet Ambrosia. It was an old paper pad that I got ages ago, and had such gorgeous glittery things on the inside of it, but I've almost used all of it, and you know, there's nothing left. A few a few little stragglers, and that's what I'm kind of using right here. I can see about like it. That little light green goes really well with that darker green. This is sort of a little glittery flower. We're actually going to put this down first, though. What you want to do here is you're going to glue each point and the very dead center, and that's all you want, just so you can get in it with a few little pieces to glue, like little smalls. Okay. I'm going to have to watch this video to see if I've done made it so unmanageable you can't understand it. Ugh. Like I say, my mind is not quite working right anymore. Guess because it's tired. It's not like I do anything. Alright, so this is kind of what I wanted. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and glue this all the way down. I got that one little leaf that's poking off, and that's it. And of course, I'm probably making it harder than it needs to be. I always do that. You know that. But the biggest concept is the, you know, this here. Now, we may cut the other one at a different width and everything, so that may be the one you like. I don't like that this is so wide. It may be that I actually went in with it more, but I didn't want to lose that butterfly. If I can find Miss Edith's videos on this, I will definitely find them and bring them over so you can see it. I want to put that little strip of butterflies there, so we're going to do that. And I had thought to do it on the outside edge, but I don't think I will. I'll do it on the inside edge. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Look how it glistens. Ooh. Alright, and this piece can go right here. And I think what I'm going to do is make it sort of a little tuck as well. So we won't glue it all the way down. We'll glue it like a C shape. And so I need to go right in the middle of that butterfly. And I need to do a little bit of inking. I don't know that you'll actually know that this is a tuck unless I stick something in it. Alright, let me do that. Ooh. Well, I think I must have, oh, there we go. It's going again. That end had dried up a little. Alright. So, let me catch it right up here and right down there. Anything seeps out, you want to grab that too. Now, kind of, see, I got that butterfly in the way. Maybe I can, I just don't like that blue though. And then I've got this, of course, that blasted butterfly. Okay, I think I might do something like that. Yeah, I like that. You can actually write on it, and I know I'm going to take some of the tuck away, but that's okay. I'm wanting to make this more interactive, and you can write on that. You might be saying what's going on in your journal, or what's under there, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know that I want to cut on that edge that badly to extend that out. And that's like 4.5. Oh, you only have an inch to tuck anything under there. Nope, that's all right. That's all right. All right, so is this what I'm wanting? I did have some of these. I had a blue one. What to do with it? Well, that's right. I don't want the blue. So these, oh, I don't want to cover my Statue of Liberty there. Or the Eiffel Tower. I keep calling that thing the Statue of Liberty all the time. Okay. Nope. I think the one might be good. Yeah, let's just go with this one. And I'm going to ink the outside edge with something. Find one of them that's got a little ink still on it. And Scorched Hammer for the win. Okay. So there's that one. Let's glue that down. That'll just give us a little bit more glitter and glow. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm going to cover the postmark, but oh well. Oh well. I've got this thing about covering stuff up, you know. You know. Alright, I got all these blue ones left. Maybe I'll find something to do with them later. Okay, so this one's done. I need to get it in the book. Okay, Now I do have to ink the outside edges. I did forget about doing that. So we're going to take a little scorched timber because I want that dark burnt edge look because I got some dark points in here. We're just going to do that. Yeah. And come back in on the other side. Oh, we've been having some fox issues around here. They must be breeding like the deer, and there's tons of them. They've been coming up here trying to get into the cat food and stuff. Well, you know, what cat food's left outside is what I mean. Oh, they made the outdoor cat so mad the other night. She was screaming. I've got so much stuff in this book. it's bursting. All right. Yeah, when I do the flip through, oh, I never have covered that, so I need to move this. All right, this is not going to cover that up. Well, rats. I was going to put this in here. I just realized I haven't done anything right there. So let me mark that page. But yeah, see, that needs to be covered up, and it's all blue. I think that's why I went with all that blue stuff. That won't be used. Okay, well, let me at least show you. Let me find a page. Okay, I can at least show you what it'll look like. Who knows, it might look good there. So it's going to go like this, and you're going to maybe put a little glue along the outside or the edge. It's right there at the side of the paper, and then you're going to put one dot right there. So you've got a place here and a place there, and you know what? I glued that all the way down, and you can't really get anything up underneath of there now, but that was supposed to be little tucks under there. Don't do what I do. See, it's actually little tucks. All right, and then you turn the page, and you're going to glue just the top and the bottom. And then that's a whole big tuck up underneath of there. And see what I mean? You don't want to use up too much of your room. I think our other one, we're going to cut it down a little bit. The width won't be as big. But, yeah. I'm going to save that. I'll have somewhere else I can use that. See how big this thing is? It's getting, it's getting big. I don't have enough room left in it. All right, let's get to the other one. Here is the cover for the new journal I made. So, I don't know. It may go with this because it's got butterflies on it. It may go inside of this one. And you can see what I did for the inside. And I put 2 pieces of fabric. I cut 2 pieces 6 by 9. That one's 2 1/4 by 9. And then I put 2 strips of paper. I Mod Podged those down. And I still have to do the center, but it's going to probably be a hidden spine like I always do. So I've got 2 pieces of this paper that I'm going to cover that extra piece with. So yeah, this will probably go in this. I've got papers picked out for it, so I will be doing something with it soon. Whoops. Trying to get it in there. Yeah. So what I need to do is cut those down, and I think I'm going to either glue some of the papers together, or I'm going to actually put some coffee dye on some of the backs, because some of them have white backs. Okay, the width of this is 8.5. I don't want it that wide. We're going to go back to 7, I think, or 7.5. I'm going to leave it 8 high, like I had before. But we're going to actually make it 7.5 by 8. So, you know the 8 is going to be the height, because we want it to be as high as our other piece. So, in that case, we need to score this at 4. Or actually not score it, but mark it. And then I think it gets scored at 4 this way. I think that's where it was. Yeah. All right. And then we're going to do a little half of a inch over here. Okay. So we have 7.5 by 8. You're going to score this one at a 1/2 inch and at 3.5. That's going to help us not have such a wide band on the other side. This is the part where we're going to fold it under, and I'm going to go ahead and fold it the way I planned before. Let me mark that so y'all can see. This is that 4-inch mark. So I'm going to meet it up there, and I'm going to meet it up here to make my point. Yeah. Me and Mom, we went to see that movie. I know a few of you have asked on Rhoda's Junk how I liked it. It was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Okay. Took them forever, forever to get around to the humans. They didn't show the humans for the longest time. I'm going to probably need that again here in a minute, but I want to go ahead and do some folding. Yeah, so they ended, the one I saw on TV is where they picked this one up at. When Caesar died at the end of the other movie, that's where they began this one. But then they said it was many generations later. So I'm thinking it's going to be like the one I saw in the 70s. And me and Zach was talking about this last night. Him and his dad, we were both born in 64. So we were around when the Planet of the Apes, the original, came out. And he said it was actually 1968 or something. And I said, well, we didn't go to the movies to watch it. We saw it at home. So it was like a rerun movie. And so I don't know back then when the reruns were actually shown. If it was like, you know, nowadays they're like 3 months, if that. Or unless you got pay-per-view, they're a whole lot quicker. But we're talking like barely colorized TV, you know, back then. So I don't know how much longer we had to wait for it to come out of the theater and go into the TV. So anyhow, we got that looked into, and I don't know. They did have a TV show. I don't think Charlton Heston was in that. I remember seeing the actual movie where he sees that Statue of Liberty at the end of the video, or the movie, and he realizes he's on Earth. Because he kept thinking the whole time he was on another planet. I think that's what he thought. So, yeah. They had Nova in it. And in this one that I saw with Mom the other day, they had this thing about this orangutan. He meets up with an orangutan, this one little chimpanzee, and after his family got taken in slavery or something, I can't remember how that came about, but so the orangutan, he was from like people who studied Caesar's teachings, where, you know, they lived hand in hand with humans at one point and all those kind of things. So they let's see, I could go either way with this. I think I'll go this way with this one, but I need to do some kind of a trim edge or something on this side. So let's see. All right, what I want to do is kind of make I'm gonna leave a white frame around it, and I'm gonna mark where I want to cut this, and we're going to do it just like that. So the orangutan was telling the little chimp guy, he says, well, they call them all Nova. All the humans, or all the girls, they call them Nova. Because they actually had a girl, and something about the disease that happened, it's like it made the apes smarter, and the humans you know, not. So they started calling all the humans, females, Nova. The one girl, you saw little pieces and parts of her through the thing, but she finally comes out and starts traveling with the little chimp and the orangutan. But she actually could speak. She told him her name at one point, and that was unheard of because this disease that went around that made the humans kind of, it took a lot of their mental abilities away. It made them mute. And all these few other things. They reverted back to, you know, Neanderthal times in a way. So they were shocked when this girl told them her name, because they couldn't talk, for one. And another thing, it didn't make any sense. All right, I'm going to leave this up here, and we're going to go ahead and glue this down. And I've got a little piece of music over here. We could pretend it's the Star Spangled Banner. Oh, that was something I forgot to print. The Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, anyway. Somebody told me to print the Pledge of Allegiance and put it in my school journal. I still need to do a video of that. Flip through. Got it done. Finally. Finally. Oh, man. Me and these journals, they're whooping me this time. All right, what was I telling you about? The monkeys, I think. All right, so she finally comes out, and it had to be an hour in the movie. It had to be. I mean, I thought that was what the whole thing was about. Well, she actually had some people that she was from, and they were really smart humans too. And she was trying to get this piece. I can't remember if it was a circuit board or what that thing was that she was trying to get. But the chimp's family got captured and taken into slavery by this bunch of people, a bunch of apes and gorillas and stuff. And yeah, the guy that took them, he thought he was Caesar again. He was kind of delusional. He was a big chimp. And he thought he was going to get inside of this locker. And that's where all this stuff was. And she had a ulterior motive of going with them, because she wanted inside there to get that circuit board. And something about at the end of the movie, it allowed them to align their, like if you ever saw the movie Contact and that big array of satellite discs or whatever that all move at the same time, that's what she went to at the very end of the movie and gave them that circuit board, and it made these things move. All right, so I think that's what I want to do. I have this, which is stars, and I think I'm going to put that on the very end there, a little piece of it. So let me cut a piece of that off. And I'm going to have red, white, and blue on this side with some music. Then I'm going to cut a little piece of this and I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. I don't know if I want a diamond on this page. I think what I'm going to do is try to, and I think I'm going to flip it so I can see my marks. I'm going to make it to where it's a diamond. I'm going to mark it there. I'm going to mark it there. And then I'm going to mark it here. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we can do. So we're going to meet up those two marks. Cut it. Ugh. I forgot to sink my blade. That always happens. If you don't sink your blade, sink it, it will have that effect. It'll roll that up. Okay, so we're going to do this. I did better that time. And we are going to get rid of this now. We don't need it. And put this down. I don't think I need to ink it. It's too dark. You wouldn't see it. And this is about as simple as you can make it. I'm not doing that little diamond thing that I did on mine. And she didn't do that either. She just did a simple makeup like this and decorated it. And that's all she did. Okay, there. Now, Mom got something from the veterans, and it was like address labels. So I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to use the flag. And it'll come off of there after that because it's a peely. And we're going to put that right in here. See if I can get it right in the center. Like that. I think that's straight. Close enough. And then we got to get our piece here down, the ribbon. I might have to get something to... some words. I need some words, don't I? So let me get this in here. There. I just put some fabric tack down if you wasn't quite sure what I used. You always use that with fabric, material, things like that. You actually can use it if you really need a strong hold, if there's bumps. You know, if you've embossed something or if it's got bumps on it, you sometimes can use it because it'll go down in all those little holes. Okay, there we go. Now, okay, I pulled out my metallic sticker book by Tim Holtz, and down here there's one that says documented, and we're going to use that. I think I can use that on here. I'll put this blue one over here and that on top of there. Okay. I'm looking to see if I can put anything on the front as well. Okay. Just so it's got something else on this side. There we go. And listen to your heart, go with your full and possibility, embrace your journey, remember the now. Or should I say, tell your story. We're going to remember the now. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of tuck that one right there. Yeah, gives you something else to look at. All right, let me find a piece of paper and I'm going to show you how they will look. All right, so this one is going to wrap around your page like that. You're going to do the same glue. You might glue a little bit right here and then right there on the tip. So you got either a belly band or like a tuck, either way. And then you flip it on that side, oh, this side, and you have glued there and glued there, and you've got a tuck for some kind of a item. And then the same goes for this one, but the way I made this one was the tuck is on this side, and then the belly band or whatever is on this side. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was understandable. I'll be putting the dimensions in the description box for you, so don't worry about that. For the two different ones, I'll say Patriotic or I'll say Butterfly, and you'll know which one I'm talking about. Okay, everybody have a great day. Thank you for coming to visit. I hope you had some inspiration from what I showed you here. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.